I'm Blake. I'm the rider coach for Breaking AIDS Ride. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about training basics, just the basics on how to build up your mileage and be ready to ride 82 miles with us in September. All right. So when I talk about training, I use the word ideally a lot. Do you have the ideal life? Okay. If you do, perfect. This is your training schedule. If you don't, you can get by with less than I'm going to recommend. Okay. But the more you train, the better shape you're going to be in. The better shape you're in, the more fun you're going to have. And let's be real, fun counts. We want you to have a great time on Breaking AIDS Ride. So that being said, ideally, about 2 weeks before the ride in September, so that first weekend of September, you would get in a 75-mile training ride. A couple weeks before that, a 65, a couple weeks before that, a 55, so on, backwards to wherever you are right now. So your first step is to go see how far you can ride comfortably right now. Well, not right now. Next time you have a few hours, a couple hours to get out on the bike. Okay, so that first ride where you're going to find that comfortable long ride for you, you're going to ride until you feel like you've done something. You could go further. You don't want to go further. That's where you want to stop. Do not ride until you're like, ride until you feel like you could go further. You don't want to. Your comfortable longest ride to date. That's what you're looking for. Then at that point, you're going to open up your calendar, the calendar where you keep everything else in your life, because you want to make the training part of your life. If you make it a separate thing, it's not going to happen. Okay, so you open up your schedule, whether it's on your phone or on your computer or an actual paper calendar, and you schedule in those longest rides to date. When I do it, I usually do it backwards. I would schedule in that 75 the first weekend of September and work it back to where I am. Some people prefer to work it forward. That's perfectly fine too. We actually have a worksheet online that'll do this math for you, which is pretty fabulous. So I'll make sure and link to that in the comments of this. But you're going to work up those rides, ideally building up every other week. Maybe you're getting a little later start. You need to build up 2 weeks and then back off for a week, build up for 2, back off for a week. That's perfectly fine. You do not want to just build. It's not a fair thing to do to your body. You do need to recover. So on those weekends where you're not increasing your mileage, what are you going to do? Do a shorter ride. Go for a swim. See your family. Walk your dog. Anything you want to do. Okay. Then here's the hard part. Ideally, you're going to be on your bike 4 to 5 days a week. What? So what does that even mean? What are these other rides? Literally whatever you can fit in. It's those short rides that are going to build your base fitness that make those longer rides possible. Okay, so maybe if you're still going to an office, you could bike commute to work, or you could do a couple park laps in the morning, or you could meet a friend in the afternoon to go ride. So it's whatever you can fit in. All right. It could be a Peloton class, a spin class. It could be a run. But you want to do the bulk of your training on the bike, because it's those minor muscles that you really need to strengthen and train that could be different than the major muscles that would be the same if you were running or snowshoeing or any of those things. Okay, so you're building up gradually. You're increasing your mile every week or 2 out of every 3 weeks. You're getting in short rides whenever you can. Just as important as those 4 to 5 days on the week are those 2 to 3 days a week not on the bike. You do need to recover. So schedule in those nights as well, where you're just going to bond with your couch. Nothing wrong with that. It's good for you. I'm going to talk to you about hydration and nutrition, but I'm going to do it in a separate video. I'm going to talk to you about what gear you need, because there's a lot of wonderful shiny things out there that you might want, but I'm going to break down for you what exactly you need. And I'm always here to answer your questions. But of course, the first thing is you need to get signed up. So if you're not registered yet, that QR code over my head, that'll take you to the registration page for Breaking AIDS Ride. So please get signed up. Please join us. We'd love to have you out on the road with us in September. Thank you so much. Bye.